Hello again, and this is Marky Mark. Um, this is part 3 with this character, level 51 Druid. I encourage you to check out parts 1 and 2. I just added the Immortal King's belt on, refilled my 4 juvies. So basically, what the first two videos were about, we're actually trying to do Fire and Wind because we're on Nintendo Switch and we solo a lot. And like I said, in terror zones, now there's lots of white monsters that are dual immune. So just more damage types, just trying some stuff out. About to do Diablo and Nightmare at level 51, which I feel like it's kind of low. I'm not going to actually go over the gear again. I added a couple charms, a little bit more mana. Nothing too serious. Skill charms, we just got 2 elemental charms. Um, I decided since my kill speed on Mephisto was really slow, and I was gonna save my 6 skill points. Which did I talk to Tyrael? I did, so I got those too. All right. I am going to put them all into Tornado, just so hopefully I can kill Diablo faster. And I also, just because I suck with Tornado, and I'm going to have to stand really close to him, I think I'm going to throw this on there when I fight him. And um, so I already, right before I fight him, I think I'll throw this on him. Uh, throw up, 6 Hydras real quick, get that extra fire resist, and start spamming tornadoes. So that's the game plan. All right, let's see how well this goes. And I'm using a Spirit and a Saigons. Actually, I don't want Oak Sage now. I'm going to put this one there. Use that one for damage. Bear. Lifeline. And yeah. I just have a weapon swap for all my pre-buffs and summons. And then my other weapon swap has all the attack skills. We're basically using Fissure and Volcano, which have cooldowns, and then we're spamming Tornado and Twister. And while we have Armageddon and Hurricane going, because why not? Volcano is pretty good single target. Twister actually stuns pretty good. Kind of stuck there in the corner. Oh yeah, some of my things died. Alright, we're not going to mess with all that. That's those little maggot guys. That's a little bit more dense than what we're going for, all those little maggot guys for the wolves to fight. We're just going to get to the entrance, resummon my summons. Yeah, the last video went a lot better. Not starting off too hot, and I just put those 6 points in Tornado, which should make the Hurricane do better. Yeah, I didn't like those little maggot guys. And yeah, my wolves are dying. Maybe I will use Oak Sage. I just feel like the Oak Sage is going to get shot by these little Oblivion Knights. And at least the one I'm using has more life. Well, actually, yeah, maybe I will switch back to the Spirit of the Barbs, because that one has even more life. And, my Merc does have Prayer Aura. Yeah, let's do that. well just switch back to this one. Alright, here we go. Now let me throw a portal just in case. Yeah, we're just spamming buttons, and you know, Fissure, Volcano has cooldowns, but Tornado and Twister do not. And like I said, this is mostly for low player counts on Nintendo Switch. And once I get to hell difficulty, I'm going to have to come up with something for the gear, but I think it'll work. And you know, then if we're in some kind of terror zone and we got some kind of fire physical immune white monsters, and you know, I mean, we'll be wearing Raven lore more than likely, but you know, maybe it'll just speed up the process also having Tornado and Twister. Who knows? But I do like to do me some terror zones on hell difficulty. And like I said in I think both of the other videos, I cannot aim Tornado worth anything. And I don't like cooldowns on the Fire Druid, trying to spam all those, so this is what I came up with. And also, I will say that on players 8 difficulty offline, I try to straight up summon Druid, and for some reason it's really hard to clear all 7 of the Taurash's tombs because of the density of all the skeletons. But I did point out in the one video that using a plague sword on yourself and turning it into a werewolf and using rabies was my most effective strategy. Yeah, we're talking like super good gear too offline, like a year's worth of just only playing offline, accumulating good gear, and like all the rune words, Bramble, for the poison and all that, Thorns Aura. Alright, we're getting into a little bit of trouble here. Must be the curses, maybe? Yeah, curses threw me for a loop. I guess that's what makes this place one of the higher end areas, is the curses. Get some low-level gear. Always nice to have some nice starting jabs for an Amazon or a throw barb. Now we got lower resist curse. Yeah, I'm gonna get some auras on these little summons. I don't know what I'm gonna do in hell difficulty for the auras. Don't really have a lot of options. What can I give them? I mean, besides the aura that the guardsman comes with, I mean, I could put a cure helmet on, give more prayer healing, but I like to not use insight and do something else, but I don't really have anything right now. What else could I do? I mean, honestly, I could just do an Act 1 merc with Harmony Bow, so they actually run faster, and they're not following me. Over here, guys. We're over here. I don't know. I don't really need a melee merc. I could also just give them like a decrepify, what's it called? The Reaper Soul, that would be really good. Well, I'm on the wrong weapon swap. Oh, well, they handled those guys by themselves pretty well. I guess it just depends on how badly we're cursed and how many monsters there are. They're not too terrible. Without a lot of points into summons, just all those skill bonuses. Oh, he just auto-exploded really quickly. Yeah, I think I'll put the Hydra skill on my hold down L button and press B. I don't think we're going to need Molten Boulder against Diablo. Most of these monsters can't even get knocked back if they're too big. And we'll get that extra fire resist so I can stand close enough to him to tornado him. And hopefully the extra points in the tornado will make him go down faster. And I don't know about Oak Sage. I wish the Spirit of the Barbs also had like a actual Thorns aura on it. Since for what I understand, Thorns are, you know, bosses do 4 times damage to summons. And from what I heard, and you know, 2 times damage to mercs, which makes sense since they always die if your merc's not geared really well. Whoops, throw up a portal. Yeah, I think I just need to Twister more, honestly, and stun the guys. It's kind of like using Shockwave, but I feel like you can stand farther back with Twister. Alright, here we go. Let's see if this setup actually works. Let's see, do I have all my summons? I mean, I don't think that Spirit of the Barbs is going to do anything against Diablo. So, back to Heart of the Wolverine to start out with. Alright, there's that. And then we get some debuffs, I guess. But how many Hydras can I have? 6. And how many charges do I have? 36? Alright, that's kind of cool. Hydras are always good no matter what element you're fighting against. As long as they're not immune. Alright, here we go. Got a portal up already, too. Alright, here we go. Summon our... Alright, let's get these summons up in here. Hopefully this fight's good. Did I miss a... I think I missed a seal. Nope. Oh, there we go. Oh, Mark died. Whoops. Ah, stupid swap and swap. The bear died, that's the problem. If we would have had that bear, we would have been fine. Alright, here we go. Maybe I'll just go all in on Tornado. If I don't get stunned. What am I doing? Why am I not doing anything? I don't understand what's happening here. Alright, we're just gonna go back down. He's almost dead. Yeah, like I said in the last video, the boss fights are a little bit rough so far. Um, yeah, that's the only issue I've had so far, mainly. And I do think we're a bit under leveled, but oh, I need my bear. And what do we got for potions? I mean, he's almost dead. All right, no more hydras. Oops. I think that might have also affected my cast rate, maybe. Oh, maybe I do need the fire. Nah. That was just an idea. I had that in my stash. Thought I'd try it. Oh yeah, when I resummoned my summons, they were lower level because I was wearing that. No, because I was on the weapon swap. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I don't like any of that stuff. Yeah, so besides the boss fight, which obviously was a pain in the butt, I do encourage you to check out the first two videos. The one in Act 3, which is a little bit clunky. Clunky because I was running through the sewers. But for real. Amplify damage, attack speed, no self repair. Yeah, the video was a bit clunky because I was running through the sewers and the gameplay wasn't as great. But the last video, I feel like the gameplay was pretty good. And this video, I feel like it was pretty good in the Chaos Sanctuary. Well, decent. I don't know. The last video, I think, was really good gameplay, though, even with all the burning souls. This one, the boss definitely threw me for a loop. But yeah, just real quick, I guess I'll actually show how spread out we are on the skills. Originally, I put a few points into Spirit Wolf so I can increase my Spirit Wolf count at the beginning of the game. Did the same thing with Dire Wolf. And then way too many points into Arctic Blast. I thought I was going to do Arctic Blast and like Cyclone Armor and pair that with Fissure, Volcano, and Firestorm to max my Fissure damage. But now I'm realizing that Volcano might be worth maxing out or putting more points into, especially because it increases the physical damage of Armageddon. So something I'll have to experiment with. I've not used any stat resets yet. So that's something I can save because right now, like, besides the boss fights, I think I'll be all right. And I'm pretty close to using Spirit Shield now. Once I get to 54 or whatever, that'll help too. But yeah, I hope you liked the video. If not, I encourage you to check out the first two videos, part 1 and part 2. And the reason for that is because of the ideas and concepts I discussed regarding playing on Nintendo Switch with a lower player count, and also soloing and going in terror zones where there are, depending on what your extra property is, if everything's lightning enchanted, you can end up with more double immune monsters than normal, even white monsters. So at this point, I'm just kind of experimenting with trying to have multiple damage types. And also, like I said, I can't aim Tornado, and Fissure and Volcano have cooldowns. So yeah, this is what I came up with. I hope you liked the video, and like I said, if not, check out parts 1 and 2 for a better insight into what I was trying with this character. And thanks for watching. And this has been Marky Mark. And one last note, if you're a beginner, I encourage you to check out my Ultimate Beginner's Guide. It helps you with navigating the maps early on in the game. It's still a work in progress. I do plan on shooting the rest of Act 2 today. I'm using very, very low power gear, hopefully, until I get into Nightmare. And yeah, if this is a new game for you, I encourage you to check that out. And hopefully, if you are a new player or this is a new game, or maybe you're an experienced video game player, but this is a new game for you, hopefully this video is helpful for you at least, just to kind of get outside of the meta for the game and typical builds where you just max all your primary skills. And not that 1-point wonders aren't still good, because like you can see right here, that's basically my summons for right now. They're all 1-point wonders with skill buffs. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this is useful. I've been thinking about maybe opening the comments for this video, since I haven't opened up the comments for any of my other videos. And then if that goes well, maybe I'll go back and open up the comments for my Frost Maiden video, which was kind of my best video I've shot recently, just because of what happened in the video. But I will say that if there's anything that seems like it's not constructive criticism, I will probably just ignore it. And you know, in a social media environment, it's hard to tell context of, especially for me, when people are just joking around or picking fun, random people on the internet. I'm not the type of person that is able to take that lightly sometimes. So I will just warn you that if I do open the comments and there's something that doesn't seem like constructive criticism, I just might not respond. But nothing personal. I just don't want to trap myself in some kind of weird social situation on social media. But yeah, I hope you liked the video, and this was Marky Mark.